So hi, do stuffers. It's me, Munther Does Stuff. And last week we were in Multi Tom Tom's video of him saying Flat Earth is bigger than globe debunked. That's the title of the video. He was talking about how this map is wrong and that maps are shrunk down or it gets bigger and there's missing land. And I'm saying that this is actually all the land, but it's in different sizes because of like this sort of paradox thing. Not paradox, but it's like something that happens. The more you go down, the smaller it appears, and the more you go up, bigger it appears. That's why Greenland, even though it's actually smaller than it looks to be as big as Africa and bigger than Australia, even though Australia is bigger than Greenland. Or, you know what I mean? They're just up. If you go up, they're bigger than they actually are. If you do go down, they're smaller than they actually are. But hey, I'm talking so much shit. See what Multi Tom Tom has to say.
For example, look at this time at Shanghai, China.
Nothing wrong with that.
Chongqing, China. Urumqi.
I don't know how to pronounce these either, so you can pronounce them, I guess. Also, and I won't disprove you. Unless if you pronounce to say that I do know how to pronounce wrong, then we'll talk.
China. They are about 4 time zones away, but they show the same time.
Yes, that is true. It's because I said in the previous video, sometimes time zones are bent for political reasons. China all has the same time zone, even though it's actually 4 time zones, like multiple time zones, like Multi Tom Tom said. Actually, it is 4 time zones. Wow, Multi Tom Tom got something right. Because they wanted to be united for a political reason.
They have compressed the large country of China
No, they're not compressed.
into this such a small area.
Well, I guess they are compressed, and I've just stated that little weird thing that happens. I'm just gonna keep the screen recording just to make sure it's, the microphone's on because of this mute. Yeah, as I said, they're united for political reasons.
Another anomaly is here, Urumqi and Howitt, Mongolia. It should be the other way around because Howitt is more easterly than Urumqi, and
That is true. Yeah.
the time is the other way around. They flipped it. And another example, Moscow in Russia and Anadyr, Russia, on the far eastern coast. They tell us the distance is 3,848 miles with a
True.
flight time of 7.5 to 8 hours.
Yeah, because you flat earthers fail to comprehend that the earth is bigger than you think it is. Because it is 7.5 hours. If you're gonna say that's too much time, then yeah, it's that reason. That you fail to comprehend how big the earth actually is. And that's why I say we should be sharing covered your left and white. No, it's so big and you're so small, it's flat. It's flat to you, but if you go up, you can actually see the curvature. They're just gonna give me like fisheye lens and stuff and show me images that you distorted. I know I'm just rambling on about something unrelated. Yes, 7.5 hour flight, so what?
But the problem is that they're 10 time zones away, 10 hours difference. So
Just because they're 10 time zones away doesn't mean that it will take 7 hours. It will take 10 hours, I mean. Because planes are moving things that go faster, that go very fast. So they won't take 10 hours. They will take 7.5 hours because they move fast. I can't believe you're actually making this a point.
So they should be at least 9,000 miles apart, not 3,848 as given.
Really? Is this for real? Okay. How do I explain this to you? Okay. You're going not on a straight line, right? I think you said from China, somewhere like Uruguay, to Russia. Now look at that. Seems close, right? Going a diagonal line. If it was straight line, yeah, I couldn't argue with you. But you're going diagonal line and it's a shorter path.
What they're also doing is fucking with the distance and the flight times. If you've ever flown on an aircraft, on a modern aircraft, then you will see a display in front of you where you can watch movies and stuff. And
Yeah, that's true. It's to entertain us so we don't get bored. Because sitting for a long time waiting for food is kind of boring. And you know, some planes, they don't allow your iPads in, so they use these movies, yeah.
that display also gives you information about the aircraft, the outside temperature.
Yeah, that is true. There's like an option there. You can see the aircraft's cameras of like the down, and you know, might see some curvature. And like, yeah, it could be information of the aircraft, of how close it is, and temperature outside. Yeah, nothing audio. If you say that the aircraft is way bigger than the country, it's way bigger than it is, and it's like big to the country, I am going to throw this iPad out the window. Don't do that. Please don't make that point.
The airspeed and the ground speed. So what these fuckers are doing is they're using, when they calculate time and distance, what they're doing is they're using the airspeed and not the ground speed. The airspeed is almost half of that ground speed. So in reality, the distance from Moscow to Anadyr is anything between 7 to 10,000 miles. Like I said, not 3,848 as given by them.
Well, let's just go back.
Miles, like I said, not 3,848 as given ground speed. The airspeed is almost half of that ground speed. So in reality, the distance from Moscow to Anadyr is anything.
To Anadyr. Okay, I thought you were talking about China here. Oh, I actually don't know the distance. Let's see it. Maybe pushing the facts, or they do give you 3,840 kilometers. Look at that! It's 5,509 miles away. What does that sound here? Oh yes, it sounds like Multi-Tom is making up facts. Yeah!
Between 7 to 10,000 miles, like I said, not 3,848 as given by them.
Oh, And you know, can use 40,000 kilometers for the Earth if it was laid like this. And you just split, what am I talking about? I think earlier you said it was split into kilometers. You know what, let's just make that point. Point is that you're just smalling it. You're like shrinking the distance down so that it can fit your points. You're pathetic.
There are governmental and semi-governmental organizations.
If it doesn't sound like I am making good points, then please tell me what to do better. Okay? But I know that this guy is making up stuff about the distance. And is very debunkable. I can't believe he's actually making up points.
That oversee air travel. For example, in the UK, it's Civil Aviation Authority. And
what does this have to do with anything? But okay.
The US, it's FAA. And there are other...
Okay, we're learning something new. Okay, how's this gonna link to your points?
Bodies like IATA, which is the International Air Transport.
Okay, we get it. There's a lot of airplane aviation organizations. Get to the point.
Association.
So I swear this is like flat earthers tactics. They spit out word salad so like they could just make you bored, and then you're like, what the hell's going on? And then you're like, oh yeah, that's correct. But see, I'm paying attention and I'm debunking this dude, and this dude is just making his aviation organization point really long. How is this going to relate to what you're saying? Tell me.
And these are all overseen by International Civil Aviation Organization. And surprise, surprise, they are part of the United Nations.
Surprise, surprise. Yeah, they are. I wonder why. Oh yeah, it's because they're made by countries in the United Nations. It's like, I think, government funded or something. The government owns it, so of course it's going to be in the United Nations. Are you saying that the United Nations is going to lie to us, and that's why we shouldn't trust the source, even though you have no evidence of like why we shouldn't trust them? I feel like you are.
So every single...
Then again, I've assumed that you're going to use that the airplane looks way too big on like the map, the animated map. But you didn't use that point, so maybe you won't.
Country reports to ICAO of the United Nations.
I guess they do for the aviation organization, because, you know, they're supposed to be about aviation.
So, in conclusion...
what have we learned? Come on, Eric Dubay, tell us. Eric Dubay, multi-tom-tom, tell us.
A far larger Earth debunks the globe, debunks the heliocentric model, debunks these...
You just debunked nothing. You didn't debunk anything. You just debunked that these maps here that try to show everything on one map is inaccurate. That's all you debunked. And everybody already knew that they were inaccurate. It just wanted to see everything, every country.
Circumference of the Earth. Therefore, the radius. Nothing about the globe works.
Everything about the globe works. Nothing about flat Earth works.
The heliocentric model had its run for just over 500 years.
Over 2,000 years, but okay.
And it's